Hello, welcome back. Thanks for checking out another video. Today I wanted to show off what I've been playing lately. I had a couple people asking me sort of what I've been doing since I've been sort of lacking a little bit on Skylanders as I wait for them to release new content and for stuff like that too, and for balancing gold issue and stuff like that. So I thought I'd introduce this. I know that Childish has a sponsored video of this. This is not sponsored. I picked this up after a recommendation from Childish, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's a great game. It's a little different than a lot of the other gacha games I've been playing. It's a lot more interactive than some of the gacha games. You know, a lot of the gacha games you can sort of auto, and you can auto this to a certain extent, but for the most part, it is a fully played game. So I will just quickly sort of show you what the gameplay looks like. And then, so this is the very first level. When you go back and do the levels, you don't get the story again, but the story of this game is actually pretty good. The story in itself is really nice. I like the graphics. They're kind of cute and fun. And also, there's a lot of like cool references to like pop culture. So there's like a Ghostbusters reference, there's a Harry Potter reference, there's all kinds of cool references, there's a Star Wars reference just throughout the whole game. And they really seem like the developers had fun when they created this game. So you kind of feel that as you're playing it, which is great. So this is a mobile game, obviously. So you move around by touching the screen here with the D-pad. You can see I'm playing on computer, so through BlueStacks, so I'm actually using a keyboard, but you can see my mouse here. I just click and then I move like that. So when you start out, you sort of have one attack, and it's this. So each character has sort of a different attack, and they get different weapons, and the main sort of character you start out with gets a specific weapon to start, but then he can sort of use any sort of weapon, but all the other characters and all the other things that you get use their own sort of type of weapons. So as you can see, I got one here. My main character here, the one that I'm controlling, uses a two-handed sword. The little doggy behind me uses some claws, and then we got a staff and then a basket, and so she kind of like lobs things out of the basket, which is kind of funny. But this game is great. It's a lot of fun. It's good time consuming. I can see like later on it being a little less time consuming as you sort of complete a lot of the stuff, but there's a ton of gameplay here. So as you can see, I'm just sort of roaming around. So let's see if we can find some enemies to hit here. This may not have been the best level. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm a little strong here, so you can see I sort of killed them pretty quickly, but I attack with one button, then this other button is sort of like a special ability, and then it sort of chains into other special abilities that your team have, and you get to set up your team so that the abilities work off each other. It's really cool. I'm still pretty new to this game. I have been playing for a couple weeks now, but there's just so much to this game that there's a lot to learn, and so I'm still working on doing that. But definitely worth checking out. It's super free to play friendly, which I love. You get tons and tons of crystals. It's still got the sort of gotcha elements where you summon heroes and you summon weapons, which is cool. But it also provides a way for you to get those heroes without having to summon. So after a certain amount of summon, you get these things called tickets, and then you can use the tickets on certain things. So you can see you can actually buy the heroes if you decide you want a hero. I'm actually working towards Grand Admiral Marina right here. I'm working on sort of like many other games, they're element types. So my team is all water. I was recommended that a mono type, meaning like one type team, is really good because a lot of the resources are sort of pooled together. So all the resources for water you get from the same things. So pretty cool there. And then you have a team of 4 when you go through. You don't start out with 4 people, so you just sort of have a couple, and then as you go through the main storyline, you unlock more slots, and eventually you can have up to 4 people on your team. And then each hero has sort of different ways you can power them up, which is pretty cool too. So there's Hero Evolution, which is much like other games where you increase the star level, which increases their power, their base stats. And the way you do that is by collecting these evolution stones. And the way you get the evolution stones, you actually go through the evolution dungeon, which you can do as much as you want energy is a little limited. You are sent energy quite a bit throughout the day, but in order to refresh, it increases the amount of gems it takes to refresh, and then you can only do it a few times a day. So you're sort of limited on how much you can play. The great thing about this game is that when you go back to old levels, there's different sort of criteria you can meet in these levels to unlock like extra materials and stuff like that. And when you meet those criteria, when you first go into the level, you use your energy on it once, and then you can go back and play it over and over again as much as you want. So after you go through the storyline the first time, you can go back and redo those levels to get the stuff you might have missed, or the quests and stuff like that you might have missed, in order to fully complete the level and unlock some extra goodies, which is great. So I will just quickly show you sort of. I'm going to refresh stamina here just so I can show you. I'll show you the Awakening Dungeon. Like I said, this is how you increase the power, the star level of your character, which in turn increases base stats. There is an auto function once you finish the level for the first time on 3-star, and you can just sort of do this is the part where I was talking about there's very limited auto. This is where it is. So when you go back and do the Awakening Dungeons, there's an XP dungeon that gives your units XP. And there is item dungeon that gives your units item to power up their weapons. And you can do these auto once you 3-star them the first time. So as you can see, sort of they're just gone by themselves here. So we just finished that one time. And then you'll see I'll get these evolution stones. And once you have a certain amount of evolution stones, you use them on your characters to boost their power and evolve them, which gives them more. And then once you hit max level evolution, you get like extra ability unlock, which is cool. And there's some other cool stuff. Another really cool thing about this, like I was mentioning, is that each hero has a unique item that works well with the characters. So I have a couple of unique items, and one of them is on my Inuit girl here. So she has a special staff that is specifically for her. So you can see when it's on Inuit girl Coco, she gets extra stat boost here. And then when you limit break 5, which was the power up that I was talking about through Evolution Stone, you actually get 10% attack, which is awesome. So you get these items that are unique to specific characters. So you can see here I have a Swindler Magician Dolph. I don't actually have Swindler Magician Dolph, so I can't. I mean, you can use this on other characters, and they're still pretty powerful, but you don't get those extra bonuses that the specific characters get, which is great. So not only are you looking for specific characters, you're also looking for specific weapons for those characters, which kind of adds a cool element to this game. You have equipment sort of like the Ether slots and Skylanders. You can have a weapon. If you have a two-handed weapon, it takes up both slots, but if you have a one-handed weapon, you can actually use a shield in the offhand, or whatever. And then there's accessory slots. There's different accessories that do different things, which is cool. So you collect them and you power them up, similar. And then there's these cards you get through doing quests or little side story things with characters in different levels. And they increase stuff. So as you can see here, I got 8% increased attack on enemy kill, which is pretty cool. So a lot to this game. Still learning a little bit, but I'm having a good time. I'm having a great time actually playing this game. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. There's also, like I was saying, there's a sort of the evolution dungeon I was talking about. So it's split up into elements. So you have an earth, and then I guess that's a light element dungeon. So those are together. Fire and... Actually, that's not light, is it? I'm not sure what that is. Anyways, fire and light, and then water and dark together. So I've been sort of sitting here because a lot of the characters I use are actually from the same dungeon. So doing this is sort of more, a little bit more streamlined for me. It makes a little more sense for me to do an all-water team that way. So what I was told is that the benefits you get from having an all-water team offset the possibility of hitting a team that you're weak against. So it's worth having a mono or a single element team. There's also resource dungeons. So there's gold dungeon. Gold dungeon is for gold. You use gold for just about everything, powering up weapons, powering up all kinds of stuff. You got the XP dungeon, which gives you XP crystals, and that's actually pretty unique how leveling works in this game for your heroes. So if you go to the hero and you see I go to details here, I'm gonna have to go to a different character because that one's max level, and then you go to leveling. You can see that you actually collect these crystals, and then when you use them on it, I don't have very many left because I just powered up a bunch, but it actually increases their XP. So even if you have a character you have level 1, but you have collected enough crystals, you can boost them all the way up, which is great. So you aren't limited to leveling characters by having them in your party, which is a little bit unique from some of the games I've been playing. There's also Awakening, so this is another really cool. I'm actually going to show you my main characters. There's Awakening, so basically another dungeon that you hit is the Awakening dungeon, and you get these specific sort of stones that you use to power up these awakenings. So you start with like a single circle here, which is where it started, and then as you power it up, you get like a special ability in the middle, which is sort of the special that I showed you when I was going through the first level. And all characters sort of get this. So it's a great idea to sort of awaken, upgrade all of the initial circle, and then get the middle one so that they all sort of have that special ability to use. And then you can see this is Bianca's. This is my main girl's special ability that I got, and then I've sort of been dumping all my resources into her because she seems really strong. And I hear that a lot of the stats that you're going to get for your characters comes from doing this awakening stuff. So that's another one, another way to power up your team and your heroes. And then there's limit break. So once you reach max level, you get these little crystal shard things from doing various things, and then you can limit break. The level limit of your character actually increases as you go through the storyline. So I just finished world, I want to say world 5, and so my level is now level 55, and then as I finish more, it'll increase up to a certain point, and then after that point, after I've unlocked all of those, I'll have to start limit breaking in order to get them fully max level. So a lot of stuff going on, a lot to learn, but like I said, quite a bit of fun, super free to play friendly. I haven't spent any money on this game, but I've managed to do quite a few summonings. They also have some really cool events, like right now they're doing a Christmas event, which is great. They also offer a lot of really cool rewards. As you can see, I've just sort of collecting them. So definitely worth checking this game out if you are looking for something sort of more active to play, especially when you're grinding those other games like Skylanders. I have Skylanders running in the background, but this game actually takes my focus a little bit, so I actually have to sort of work on this game, which is great. So definitely a great there's a lot to this game for free to play. I think it's definitely worth it, even just for like sort of the storyline. This game is a lot of fun. So what I'll do now is I've been saving up a few crystals, so I'm going to show you sort of how the summoning works. So I'll do one of the, I think I have enough for 2 summons, it looks like. So I'll do one character summon, and then I'll do one equipment summon, just so you can sort of look at that. And there are different type of like quality characters you want. My game just crashed. Okay. I'll be back in a second, I guess. Okay, so we're back. I'm not sure what happened there. I guess I probably just don't need to hit the summon chance. So, like a lot of other games, they have specific banners that give you like a greater chance of summoning these. I don't particularly want either of these heroes, just because my team is, I'm specifically looking for a certain team. So I'm going to do the random summon hero, and it's like a 2% chance of getting the highest quality hero, which it comes in like a white box, and you'll see what I mean in just a second. Hopefully we pull one, but chances are probably are low, obviously 2%. So let's go ahead and do it, and then you'll just see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, when you use the gems, it tells you how many gems you're going to have left, and then also tells you how many mileage tickets you have. And if you remember, I was showing you in the shop, you can buy certain things, and you get these mileage tickets by doing summons, and then you can buy specific characters if you don't get them when you do your summon. So the mileage, it's great. Like I said, very free to play friendly. Get tons of crystals, especially when starting out. So I mean, there's still opportunity to spend money if you're that sort of if you're that kind of player. But it doesn't look like we got any white boxes, which is fine. So I'm just going to go through. So you see when you have a hero and you summon them again, you get the hero crystal. And the hero crystals, again, are sort of a currency that you can use to buy things that you aren't getting otherwise. So we're just going to skip all, actually, because we didn't really get anything. So we got, it looks like we got this new hero here. She's kind of a low quality hero, so I probably won't be using her. But as you can see, the higher the quality, you can see here, here's the quality of the hero. The higher the quality, the more points you get if you summon them again. So we did one of those. So now I'm going to do an equipment summon, and we'll see. I actually have enough for 2 equipment summons, so I'll probably do 2 equipment summons. So we're looking for a unique weapon for Bianca, or really anybody that we're using in our main team. So you get to sign here, so we'll just do Treight. That's close enough. Oh, we got a white. That's great. Okay, so that's a unique to certain, which is to a certain hero. I don't know which yet, but that's really good. So we're just getting some. Got a legendary rifle. That's kind of cool. All right, here we go. What do we get? I think I. Oh my god, what is this? This is nuts. Who's this for? We'll know in a second, I guess. So just keep going through these. So we get, let's see. So we got, we actually got 2 legendaries. So this is the one we got. So this is for Red Hood Elvira, which I don't know if I have. It looks like a fire type monster, so probably won't be using this. But I want to actually make sure. So there's also banners for weapons, and I accidentally did it on this banner, which I don't want to do because, like I said, I want a specific. Whew. Ooh, excuse me. Good luck sneeze, maybe. All right. Let's see what we got. So no white. That's unfortunate, but we can use these. We can sell them or use them as power-ups. Looks like we got 1 legend, which is good. We got a Galaxy Gauntlet. That sounds cool. Let's see what it is. Oh, we got 2, actually. So we got oh, this is a unique shield. Okay, so, and unique. Okay, I'm still working out exactly how the stuff works, so forgive me if what I'm talking about is not right, but if we go to the shop here, you'll see, I'll sort of show you what I'm talking about before we end that. So you get these coins through completing levels, and you can see there's different types. So there's like a coin, and there's bolt, and then you can unlock specific things. So here's a Knight Evolution, which is who you start out with. So if you want to focus your abilities into, or focus your resources into Knight, you can buy these. And then there's other stuff. You can buy stamina. You can buy different character evolution stones. And then here's the mileage. So you get magic metal from summoning, I believe, summoning weapons. Yeah, so you get 10 per equipment summoned. And then you get tickets 1 per summon. So you can buy these exclusive equipment boxes, which are great. Apparently this is one of the best ones to get, so I'll probably go for that first. And then the mileage tickets you can use to buy either weapons for your specific units or the units themselves. So I'm probably going to buy Marina first, and then if I haven't summoned it, I'll probably work on getting the weapon for Bianca, which is this one. So that's sort of what I'm working on. I'm just sort of, there's still a lot of the game for me to go through. I haven't even unlocked all of the features yet because there's just so much that you have to do in order to get there. But I'm having fun playing it, and I think that's the most important thing. So this is probably what I'll be doing. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. If you want me to keep doing videos on this, I would be more than happy to show you maybe a little bit more gameplay or some of the other features. But I just wanted to do a quick overview of sort of what this game has to offer. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. If you have checked it out, let me know what you guys think, and sort of if you have any advice, please feel free to send it to me. Like I said, I'm still very new, so I have a lot to learn. So I'm always open for constructive criticism or just advice in general. So thanks guys so much, and I hope to see you in the next one.